All right. Hello and welcome to my Virgo people, to your 2022 annual forecast. Excited to see what the upcoming year has in store for you. Just want to say thank you very much for your patience. If you've been waiting for your video, I know you are the very last one. I went in alphabetical order instead of season because it was a little tricky with 2022. Okay, so I do appreciate your patience. While you're here, go ahead and give the video a like or subscribe to the channel so you get notified of upcoming releases and upcoming videos. But overall theme for your 2022, I have express love through gifts and simple acts of kindness. Okay, so listen, you Virgo are a gift. You are a gift. And maybe you don't see yourself that way, but in 2022, I see you taking small steps, and doing small things to really put yourself out into the world so that people get to experience your magic, your light, and your energy. You have so much to offer. And perhaps you've been through a period where so here's the thing. It's almost like you are aware of your Virgo tendencies, which Virgo is the giver, the overserver, or can be, I should say. They do tend to go into Coast Guard mode instead of just being in the lighthouse. And I kind of feel like you've had experiences where it wasn't appreciated, or you were kind of, what I'm even hearing is like a little bit of like, maybe put in your place. And Spirit is saying that you've done a lot of healing surrounding that and you've recovered from that. And in 2022, you start to put out this new healed version of yourself into the world through your magic and your gifts, whatever that might be. Obviously, it will resonate differently for those who catch this video. And then these simple acts of kindness. One of the beautiful things is I feel you have learned that you don't have to burn yourself out. You don't have to make grandiose gestures. You don't have to offer a whole huge transformation from point A to point Z. You can just be responsible for a very small piece of it or a very little chunk of it. And in that, you are of service. And so the role that you're here to play, it's almost like it's become more digestible for you. You've become more willing to accept it because you realize in the past it felt like you had to do all the things and be all of the, play all the parts and be in all of the spaces. And you've come into acceptance or admittance that you're just here for one small part. And you are ready to go fully into that part, though. And that's what's so beautiful about your energy in 2022 is that you're really stepping into what is meant for you, the work that you are here to do. It's almost like you're not going to be in like this role of like micromanaging or over giving, over service. You're going to step into your power and know that and experience how you kind of change things just by being there, just by being present. Beautiful thing. Beautiful energy, rather. So dance, do something to shift your vibration. Your self-care, your physical movement is going to be very important in 2022. Keep going, keep moving. Take a look at what you're putting into your body and how you are using it as a form of expression. So that might be that maybe you are getting back to a consistent physical fitness routine, or you are taking a look at the foods you're putting in your body, or even what you're watching. Like if you're watching a lot of television that's maybe not of a high vibration, maybe it's like what they're calling smut. I don't know. Smut feels romance, but maybe you're watching a lot of thrillers or crime dramas or whatever, and you're really going to take a look at how that's impacting you on the day-to-day. And I see you clearing that out. And then the second energy that I have here for you right now is Pleiades, which is that double mission. You're not just here to serve others, you're also here to serve yourself. And Spirit is really inviting you to make some choices on what feels good. What do you need? What and where do you need to be and in order to feel good about yourself? So sometimes you're in you have been in connections, or you put yourself into spaces where you don't feel good, but you think that the point is to keep showing up until you feel good. And Spirit is actually saying it's the opposite. It's knowing that it's time to bow out and to walk away. Okay. I know that's a pretty powerful message, but that's what the message is. All right. Thank you. Great. Can we have one more to tell the story, please? Certainly. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's what we got for you, Virgo. We have the 10 of Discs, which is all about establishment. You are laying a solid foundation for yourself in 2022, one that is going to stand the test of time. And what Spirit is saying, start here. Start with this center circle. What is it that you need to feel secure? What is it that you need to feel established and to get yourself set up, and then expand? But sometimes you're out here in this outer circle, and you really need to start here, because it needs you're gonna find that in 2022. You're gonna get here in 2022. Rather than be out here, you're gonna be in here, and then add circles, add security, add whatever it is that's going to make you feel like you are living this full life, this desired life that you are here to lead. Now we have the star energy. She's a big energy coming through in these readings, but for you guys, this is all about being vulnerable, knowing your limits, knowing when it's time to ask for help, knowing when something is not your strength, because you aren't here to develop your weaknesses. You're here to be in your strengths and to shine your light. Yes, we're going to have to take a look at some of the things that we need to do in order to grow as souls, but that's not really what you're doing. It's like, you know that you're here to teach preschool, right? Or just an example, but like you're here to, you know that you're here to teach preschool, to be very involved in like very early development, but you think in order to do that, you need to first experience middle school, or work with middle schoolers to like see where like what they become, or see like where the system is flawed. And Spirit is saying, just cut the crap and be where you're supposed to be. Okay. And obviously that's an example that felt very specific, so that might resonate with someone, but apply it to your own situation and look at like, where are you trying to develop your weaknesses, or your area? I don't know if I love weaknesses, but your areas of, you call them areas of opportunity, or that's what you want to look at them as, where Spirit is just saying it's not your gift. So stop putting your energy there. Okay. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So if you've been feeling stuck, just know that the wheel is turning. There's going to be some fated interactions and encounters over the next 12 months, is what I'm hearing. So you're going to find that you naturally, oh, my deck is all screwed up here. You're going to find that you naturally are invited into conversations and into networks and communities that you are here to be a part of. Collaborations are going to happen for you. And some of them you are going to initiate, but you're going to initiate after observing for a pretty long period of time. I'm hearing like, before you ask someone to collaborate, okay, that was half the deck. Okay, they said to focus on this message. Before you invite someone to collaborate with you, spend 4 or 5 months just observing who they are, their message, the work that they're putting out into the world, to ensure that it is the right connection for you, or one that is going to be mutually beneficial or just feel good to you. Because what I'm picking up on is you've entered into some connections and collaborations where you kind of get the short end of the stick. It's like, you know, when you're put into like for group projects in high school, and you were always the one who ended up doing the whole project. So, and that's kind of, you've repeated that over the past several years, they're saying, and it's time to stop that. And the way you stop doing that is like, now you're a big girl, or you're a big boy, and observe and notice who it is that's going to pull their weight. And this isn't just in regards to your mission. This is in regards to all of life, friendships, romantic partners. Make sure you are observing and examining and not rushing into dynamics and connections. It's a big message. Wasn't expecting it. And so here we have card number 50. So that might resonate. Maybe you're turning 50, or maybe your life path is a 5, but sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer. So tune into your abundance and make sure that it's not just surface level. Go deep into into gratitude. And so it's like one thing, like I'm seeing like you write a gratitude list, or you're maybe writing about how grateful you are about something, but it's almost like you're doing it not for show, but it's like you're writing it, but are you feeling it? And that's a connection that spirit really wants you to make over the next couple of over the year, is to really be grateful, not just in going through the motions of being grateful, but being truly grateful, and being in that energy, holding that vibration. Whoop. Thank you. Yes. And that appreciation is going to start with you. We have love who you are. So love the parts of you that are easy to love, and show up and love the parts that you feel are not as easy or are even unlovable, and love them just as much, if not more. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. And one of the things that's blocking some abundance into your life is that you are a little bit hyper focused on the seemingly undeserving or unlovable aspects of you. And when you start to pay less attention to them, so you and isn't this is no different than focusing on the weaknesses, right? You're getting lost in the weaknesses and in the shadow. Come into your strengths, come into your light. There's so much there, because that hyper focus on the weakness and the darker bits is preventing that abundance from coming in. That was also in another of these readings, or a very similar thread. So make sure you do watch all three, sun, moon, rising, because there might be an echo, and it might be it will clear up your focus. Okay. And then spend quality time together. This is, again, don't rush into connections. Don't rush into connections in any area of life, whether they be collaborative partners, co-writers, jobs. Spend some time getting to know who it is that you are going to be working with, right? And it's even like if you're going to work with a new healer. Follow them for a while. Because sometimes it's like you're saying, oh, my intuition says I should go and do this, but it's impulse. And they're saying it's like you'll save yourself a lot of money. You'll save yourself a lot of time and energy just by waiting, by observing. It's a big message. And a unique message, right? There's been a lot of threads woven throughout all 12 of the zodiac signs, but that feels there's a newness to it. Yeah. All right. So a council of light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So there is a lot happening that you can't see. There are a lot of things being moved into place. There are a lot of things being moved out of place for you to journey through. It's almost like spirit is. The phrase that's coming through is like spirit is manipulating your path in order to get you where you need to be or where you want to be. But you time and time again show up to whatever's placed in your path, both the good and the bad, right? Even the good you don't trust. And there's like this mistrust with that. And spirit is asking for you to dive into that over the year. And just know that anything that is showing up on your path is for you. And again, they're saying the good just as much as the bad. So the bad are lessons, but the good, it's like you're skeptical of it. Like you're not really sure it's meant for you. And it is. It is. It's so meant for you. I'm loving your reading, Virgo. Let's get a guide. Okay. Lovely. I always love to see her in a reading. We have Mary Magdalene, the teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. And I'm hearing don't let anything stop you, either the good or the bad. So there's a couple of things that are happening with that message. So it's like the bad things happen, or the things that are unplanned, the things that are not what you want, and you get derailed by them. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm on the wrong path, and you spiral. And Spirit is saying, can you meet it and not spiral? Can you just like face it, do what you need to do, and then keep going? And the same thing with the good. Sometimes the good happens and it totally derails you because you either don't trust it, or it's like so good and it freaks you out and you go run in the other direction. And Spirit is saying, again, can you meet what is presented to you and keep going? Not everything needs to be not everything needs to be such a big deal. You don't need to be so. I'm chuckling because Virgo is not in my big three, but I could easily see how this could, like, it's just a cute, funny message. It's like, not everything has to be such a big deal. Not everything has to be so freaking dramatic. It's like, slow your roll, chill out, and just meet what comes to you with confidence and accept it, receive it. Even if it's crap, even if you're like, I don't want to meet this lesson, show up to it. It's not going to be as bad as you think. There's something there for you to learn so that you can then teach it. And the same thing with the good. Receive it, accept it. It doesn't have to be a freak out. It doesn't have to be like a huge, like, like you don't have to like go and like share it with everybody. You can just receive it. You can make the decision yourself. I love when Spirit is so bold with their messages. So let's get a concluding energy, please. Less drama. Thank you. Yeah. So how to get into that still point, into that just receiving and accepting of what's presenting itself. We have the reflection pool, stillness. So when something comes up, if it's the good or the bad, this is a theme for you in 2022. Before you react, before you're like taking pictures of it and sending it out to your girl tribe or, whatever it is you're doing, chill, take a moment, take a breath, just be present with it. Just be still. And you'll know how to respond to it. And they're saying and in that response, you'll be able to receive it with a whole lot more grace, with a whole lot more ease, with patience and abundance. Right? So some of this stuff is good stuff that we're talking about. It's not like, wake up, Virgo, it's going to be a crap year. It's quite the opposite. But it's like, you can't, just receive it, okay? Just receive whatever it is. Even if it feels like, nope, that's not what I wanted, or no, that feels gross. I feel like that might be your impulsive response rather than your intuitive one. All right, Virgo, it's been an interesting reading for you. Let me know how it resonates down in the comments. I am feeling so blessed, so lucky to have done these readings. Thank you again for your patience. I know you were the last one I did. If you are feeling inspired or called to work with me further, go ahead and check out the links in the video description. But yeah, I love you and have a beautiful holiday, and I will see you in the new year. Bye.